So the reason that I wanted to chat today is because I'm running a partially free challenge all around getting our heads into selling on Substack. So it's a topic that a lot of my members will tell me that they feel awkward about, or they're not quite sure how to sell. Can they sell to things off platform? How do they sell paid subscriptions? Can they use discounts? Should they use discounts if everybody else is using discounts? All that gorgeous stuff. So I thought I would just walk you through my VIP method, which I was very pleased when I came up with that, because it is beautiful just to remember an analogy, but also because we're treating our readers like VIPs. You know, we're really grateful of their time and attention, and readers do become paid subscribers. Not all of them always will. So if you guys have got any questions as we're going along, feel free to ask. You're so welcome. I am here for you. So I'm here to be a mentor to you if that's what you would like this afternoon. This is just a gift that I wanted to offer into the Substack ecosystem. And then I'll save this. It'll go out on YouTube. I might put it out on Instagram trial reels. Who knows? But you are so welcome if you have any specific questions about running any Black Friday sales, anything that feels difficult, anything that you're questioning. If you want to run a discount before the end of the year, if you want to put your prices up in 2026, any of this stuff that I find that more business savvy people are grappling with, and it's quite difficult for them for all sorts of reasons. I'm here for you. I've done it. I've been doing it for 3 years. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it because it builds intimacy. So for me, my Sparkle on Substack membership is like the funnest club, like the club that I wish that I had when I was first self-employed and I was desperately lonely. I found it so lonely to be self-employed. I found it so hard that I wasn't invited to the Christmas parties. Now I host my own, so for me, running a paid membership on Substack is an absolute dream come true. I also have a paid newsletter, which feels a really beautiful place to build more intimacy around the work that I am more nervous to put out into the world. I guess I feel like I've got a supportive audience of people that know me and have made a conscious decision to join me behind the paywall that I can be more open with. I can share some of my numbers. So I'll share like behind the scenes of my business posts there. I can share some of the more difficult stuff that's been going on with life, and be more open and honest with my memoir style writing there. I love it. So one of the things that I see when it comes to making decisions around discounting on Substack and selling on Substack is people wait for an opportunity. So for example, a birthday sale. So I've been on Substack a year. I'd like to offer a birthday sale. They get that far and they're like, oh, but what would a birthday sale? What should I do? Is it 20% off? Is it 30% off? Is it 40% off? What do I do? Or they'll do a flash birthday sale and it's like, it's 50% off, but it's only for a day. And like people are still kind of going, oh, what does a birthday sale mean? And shall I do that? And there's going to be another one. So there's lots of different language that we, if we've been on Substack a little while, are accustomed to, but our followers, our subscribers might not understand what it is. So this is why I created the VIP method, so that we can always embody and remember what it is to be holding our VIPs, the people that have trusted us with their email addresses and the people that want to be in our space, the people that, yes, we might want to build more intimate community with behind the paywall, but also who are just lovely and our supporters and who might share our work to friends and family and all of that sort of stuff. Shiv was saying, brilliant, you now host your own Christmas parties. Yeah, I do. The Sparkle Party. Yeah. Last year, we all wore a crown. So mine will be here. Look, I can put it on for you. Because why not? I don't know whether it still works. Look, it does. Here we go. There you go. So this is what I wore. And we all had a lovely celebration of everything that we felt really proud of on our Substacks. And it was just the nicest thing. I think I maybe had like a minced pie. I didn't have a mulled wine because, I had to space holes. But yeah, why not? You can do anything that you want. You can do things on your terms here. So if it feels good to do, then great, you can do it. But yeah, I definitely wanted to share some of the backstory for why I wanted to hold more intimate spaces and why I really value that. So I'm going to go across to my challenges Substack. So I have 3 Substacks live at the moment. I have Sparkle on Substack, which is my Substack education membership. Then I have Creatively Conscious, which is my paid newsletter. Both are bestsellers. I'm very proud of them. And then I have challenges. So challenges is just a really clean, clear space where I can host my challenges. So this year we've done the Vibrant Visibility Challenge to challenge you to feel more visible, to get your photographs out, stop wearing sunglasses in your profile pictures, all of that gorgeous stuff. We've done the homepage design challenge, so designing up your homepage so you feel really proud of it. We've done the joyful growth challenge, so thinking about how we might be cutting off our own growth without meaning to, and doing loads of joyful activity around that. We've done the Substack growth to bestseller challenge. It's been a whole year of different things, and I've really enjoyed it. I really enjoy the magnetic energy that comes with the people that want to show up. Of course, not everybody has capacity, and that's fine. But this one, and the reason I programmed it at the start of November, was because people are still nervous about whether they're going to run a Black Friday sale, whether they're going to turn people off, what it means if they send an email and they get unsubscribes and all of that stuff. So I wanted to speak to all of those different points. So when you go on the challenges Substack, if you've got your laptops there, you can have a look. Underneath my profile picture, you'll see that day one, Soulful Selling on Substack, my VIP method, that is right at the top, and that's completely open source. So I've built the other 2 days, there's another one going out at 2:00 today, to give you a little bit above the paywall so that you've got a little bit more insight into this 3-day framework to help you to make decisions around soulfully selling on Substack. But some of the stuff is paywalled because I need to hold space for my members. You know, they are paying me a monthly fee or an annual fee, and I want to make sure that I've got enough time. And one of the things that I've learned with these challenges, especially when they pop off, is that I start to feel like one challenge, I just got really bad headaches. And I thought it might have been my prescription for my glasses, but it wasn't. It was like perimenopausal stuff. And then when I went to the optician, she said, you're doing too much close work. So it could be a combination of both. Anyway, that's by the by. But my point is, we can't be online all the time. We have to be discerning about how we can support people and help. And so this live is my way of supporting and being helpful. I'm here for you if you want to ask questions. You will find some paywalls on day 2 and 3. So just to be really transparent, I'm not doing it to try and trip you over into paying for our work. Although obviously I'm so appreciative if you want to. It's so that I can have the intimate space with the people who I've got to know inside of my membership, and anybody new who wants to jump in a challenge for the same at the same time. It also is because not everybody wants to offer paid subscriptions on Substack. You know, it's not everybody's cup of tea. Some people are very happy with what they're doing and building up a reader base, and it's not about that. So the video there talks through the VIP method, but let me just go through it with you on the call. And then if you've got some questions about the method or anything that you're thinking about offering coupons or offering flash sales or putting your prices up when it comes to 2026 in your Substack, then you can ask. So the VIP method stands for value. So the V is for value, the I is for immediate offer, and the P is for price. So the value is something, we are innately valuable, so we don't have to worry about that. Our work is innately valuable. Our writing is beautiful. Everything that we do is beautiful and sovereign and gorgeous. And just because someone decides to pay does not make it more valuable. So I really want you to hold on to that. Being paid is different to being valuable. So you are valuable, and that's gorgeous, and that's fine. The value piece that I'm talking about here is that your readers, in order to become paid subscribers, have to understand the value that they're going to get by being in your space. So that could be access to the archive. If you have an auto archive and everything archives after 4 weeks, the value is the archive. You can read X number of articles behind the paywall if you're a paying subscriber. If the value is the live energy of community, like it is on Sparkle on Substack, then that's value. If it is the live calls and the fact that I do masterclasses and I do mentor and all of that, that's value. If you offer something that is like a specific niche, whether you are a yoga teacher or you offer journaling workshops or you offer live scribing, all of that stuff is valuable to the person who wants to learn more about it. So you don't have to have a qualification in the thing, like welcome to the school of life, like we've all been, haven't we? So we've all got lived experience that enables us to hold the people that are turning up to our Substack and subscribing. So don't feel like to hold space that you've got to do a space holding course. Like those things didn't exist when I started hosting workshops. Like nobody was teaching us how to be space holders. I'm sure those things are so valuable and beautiful, but don't let those be barriers to you being able to get in a room with your people if you want to get in the room with your people. So the value, you being able to articulate the value and write it out in a way that is really aligned is in day 2. So I go through some copywriting tips in day 2 so you can have a think about that and make sure that you are repeating the value as much as you can. You want to be talking about that a lot. Black Friday and Cyber Monday and that whole bit of the noise isn't just those days, it's everything that's been leading up to those days. So right here and now at the beginning of November, if you're putting a post out, you might want to just put a gentle invitation. Did you know I also have paywalled content? This is how it works. These are the people that choose to pay if it's more community focused. There's so many different ways with all of that stuff that you can position and start to tell people about. And also, you want to be excited and proud of it. You don't want to be apologetic for any of it. When I first started Sparkle, I didn't know whether anyone would pay for Substack education and my take on it. There was me and one other educator. That was it. But I was passionate because what I saw was an opportunity. I'm smiling because it's so funny to think back, because you guys will just be like, wow, I can't believe it was like that. But honestly, it was like the grammar police. Like, it was really bad. So it was like, unless you are a professional writer that's had, years of experience, books published, you've got a PhD, your grammar's perfect, really, you shouldn't be writing on Substack. And I was like, whoa, no, like Substack is just this beautiful platform that we get to creatively experiment with, that we get to reach people in beautiful, intimate ways with our long form writing. So my message was all about staying creative on Substack. So the reason Sparkle on Substack was born was because the stay creative message was massive and people were just like coming over in their droves to my first publication. And I was like, I've got so much to say about this. I've got so much to teach about this. So I ended up combining the mentoring experience that I have and the Substack mastery that I was building up, and Sparkle on Substack was born. But it was a nerve-wracking time. It was like, okay, well, I want to do this. I'm going to try this. Am I allowed to do this? Like, at one point, I thought I was going to have to reach out to Substack and ask for permission to like teach about their platform. It was weird. It was just a weird time. I think because I'm a projector in human design as well, it's all about wait for the invitation. Anyway, the value, I didn't know the value of my Substack, that Substack, particular Substack, until I started delivering. And then it was the people that turned up that reflected back what the value was. I had a permission slip and I wanted to try and quiet the noise so that people weren't fading into the background and feeling like they shouldn't be here. I wanted to try and give people the stay creative and the joyful growth message, but I didn't know whether it was going to work, so I didn't know the value. I wasn't embodied in the value. I wasn't strong in the value. And, that was back in 2023. We're a little ways down the line now, but sometimes still it can feel hard to be like, this is the value. This is what I think you'll think the value will be, until you've actually had the people pay. So be gentle on yourself with the value piece. But it is there. There are people who cannot wait to turn up to your Substack, who next year are coming, who next month are coming. There's going to be so many beautiful people that gather around your world, work and words. And that's really, really important for you to remember, like, especially if you feel like you're writing into a void. I don't know whether you do, but sometimes I hear that and you're not. Like, you're building the muscle and you're opening the doors of invitation to people all the time. You're co-creating with the universe and telling the universe, this is important to me, this matters to me, and the audience will follow, I promise. So the immediate offer is the I in VIP. And the immediate offer is really about you being able to say, this is the offer right now. So it's easy for me because I can say the immediate offer right now is I've got a class tomorrow, or I've got a class today. Sometimes I'll put an email out and say there's a class today. So there's the immediate offer. If you pay now, you're going to be able to come live. That's very immediate. With coupons and all of that bit of the picture in Substack, you do get to make them time sensitive. So you can say, like, this coupon's for a limited time only, and you can put the deadline on there. Substack give us the tool to be able to do that. So it will say to them, ends in 24 hours, ends in 3 days. So there's some immediacy that is available to us with coupons. Today's video that's going out for paid members is all around coupons, and I've learned so much over the years around how to manage the coupon system within Substack, and I feel like it was so good recording that this morning because I've just got so much to share. So it's all in there. The other side of the immediate offer, because of the Black Friday buzz, and a lot of people, especially in my world, in the creative world, will be like, oh no, Black Friday, no, like it's tacky, I don't like it, I'm not sure. And then I saw some really savvy, soulful creators doing Black Friday anyway. So when I first launched my ebook in 2020, I was definitely in the camp of like, no, Black Friday, no, we're not doing it. And then someone called Holly Tucker, who is a champion for small businesses. I don't know if she's like that much of, I think she is like a slightly controversial character in some ways now because she's not a small business herself, but she has been a massive champion for small businesses over the years. And she did this thing called Colour Friday. So it was less about the black and more about spreading colour. And that was like a whole Instagram movement. And it was like a really big thing. And it was the first time when I saw actually the smaller artists and the small businesses, unless they take the opportunity to do something that feels good and feels aligned around Black Friday, they're missing out. And so I saw it as that. So whatever language you want to use, Gratitude Friday, Colour Friday, Sparkle Friday, Black Friday, Friday the 28th of November, Thanksgiving sale, like it's your language and it's up to you, but it does give us that window of time at the end of November, that first weekend in, it's like 28th of November, Friday 28th of November, and that whole weekend to put some offers in front of people. Now, if the offers don't work and things don't sell, then at least you tried something new. You tried something new in your nervous system. You tried something new for the readers. It could just be that the readers haven't had long enough to get to know you. Could be that the offer wasn't the right fit. It's always worth trying, I think, in a really considered way. That said, you might feel sick at the thought of trying to sell something this early in your Substack journey, depending on where you are. So you absolutely don't have to. You can just use that to observe what happens in the Substack ecosystem. If you subscribe to I'm subscribed to a couple of hundred Substacks now, but I only have an app-based experience, so it's manageable. But if you subscribe to like 50 or 100 Substacks, I guarantee half of them will be sending you Black Friday deals, coupons, 20% off, 35% off, ending soon. You know, all of that stuff will be happening here. So if you want to do something and play with it and be really experimental in your mindset and know that it is an immediate opportunity to just try something. You know, Louise is saying, I love the idea of Colour Friday. Yeah, do Cozy Friday. Louise does knitting and she's amazing. So do Cozy Friday. Why not? Cozy Friday, your people will be like, oh, cool. Louise has got a deal for us. Louise has got something special for us. Or just give your people something. In a world of coupons, give them a gift. Give them 100% off something, like whatever it is that you've got in your online world that's separate to Substack. There's loads that you can do with coupons, but if you are selling off Substack and there is other stuff that you want to be able to put in front of people, it's great to give your Substack audience a gift on the Black Friday weekend if you want to. And it takes it back as well to the fact that, you know, it's that time of coming together. People might be feeling lonely. They might be on their phones a lot. And it repeats again around Christmas and New Year, doesn't it? So we've got two bites of the cherry. So if you try something around the Black Friday, Cyber Monday, which really in the UK, we've only taken that on for the past few years. Like it'll be bonkers this year. My husband always says everything gets bigger every year, whether it's the fireworks or Black Friday. It's so true. So we've only really taken it on recently, but it is in our nervous systems to be ready for a deal. We're ready. We're poised. What's everybody going to offer us? Obviously, you know whether you've got money to spend and invest, but it's all going to be happening anyway. So that's the immediate offer. And then the price, and I imagine some of you will have questions around the price, is the P in VIP. So the price is what feels aligned and embodied to you to charge, but it also needs to be something that makes sense. So if you are running a membership model, like it wouldn't make sense for me to offer 70% off my Sparkle on Substack members because it's such a high touch membership and I would be spoiling the experience for the people that do pay, getting people in that just thought that that was a good deal and they'll just come in and either they wouldn't engage or they would engage, but it would be taking a lot of my time. I don't know how that would work, but it just wouldn't be aligned for me to do that. Whereas if you are more hands off and you've got a really healthy archive, it could be that you think, yeah, I'm going to do 70% off. Use my Substack calculator. It's free. I've linked it in day one of the challenge. Yeah, it's linked in day one of the challenge. So it's a Google sheet that you can put in your prices and play around to see whether you're going to feel properly paid and properly compensated for your work. One of the biggest mistakes that I see from people building on Substack is they will value stack and value stack and value stack behind the paywall, and then they'll sort of cannibalize what they could have had in terms of an ethical business and a sustainable business outside of Substack. So you need to be really careful of that. If Substack is your side hustle, then obviously it's fun, go to town, do something beautiful. If you are running a business off Substack, definitely don't be tempted to put more in and keep the price the same. You need to be really savvy and mindful of all of that stuff, because it can just have you feeling really burnt out, and it can feel really high touch if people are kind of sending you messages or, however you want it to work. So price-wise, when we first arrived to Substack suggested a price point of $7 a month and $70 for the year. Obviously, they take 10%, so we know we lose 10%. We know that there's Stripe fees in all of that, transaction fees, all of that good stuff. So that's how it all works. So you will be able to work out in the Substack calculator what feels good, how many people you expect to convert at that price point, at that discounted price point, and see how you feel. Paid newsletters right here and now are anywhere from between £15 a year, so that'll be about $20 a year, upwards to, I've seen them sort of £40 a month, so that'll be probably about $55 a month. The price variation is massive, and now that we're seeing more entrepreneurs in the space, people are like, who is charging £3.50 a month for all of this content? Like, they can't believe it. They're like, what's happened here? And they want to ask me, and I'm like, well, what happened was Substack did $7.70, and then people ended up paying for too many and, swapping in and out or churning through. And then so creators thought, okay, well, we'll just make that cheaper. We'll just make that cheaper for everyone and we'll get more of them in. That model only works if you've got a massive readership. You will only feel properly paid if you've got a huge readership, if you're going to have a really low price point. So I think far better to have a smaller set of paid subscribers or members and feel properly paid than to discount it beyond belief and then feel like you've got the people, but you don't, like, you feel like it's a drain on you. So definitely think about some of that stuff. There's some really lovely things that you can do that can be one-offs, just to try and just to see. And I go through all of that in today's video with coupons, so you can have a little look at that if you want to. Christine's saying Seth Godin says that it's a race to the bottom. Oh, I'll have to look up I love Seth Godin. I'll have to look up what he means by that. Love that you guys are all saying hello to each other. Colour Friday on Insta. Yeah, it was a good one. Yes, I'm going to save the live, Shifra. It'll be saved under my lives over on Sparkle on Substack, and it'll also be on YouTube as well. Okay. Yeah, totally. We need to be careful with our screen time. So it's a lot. It feels really good to be paid, doesn't it? Like, it feels really good to be paid for our art, to be paid for our work, our words. It feels really good when things work. But in business, things will not work probably like a third of the time, and then they will work 2/3 of the time. And so my passion for you in this month that we've got coming up is to really ask yourself, are you open to trying something? Are you open to trying something new around the Black Friday buzz, or around the holidays, or around a price increase for New Year, and seeing how it feels, seeing how it works? There's no denying the cost of living has gone up astronomically, and I think that is pretty much the world over. I mean, it's huge in the UK. We really have noticed it this last year. I said to my husband, when I was working freelance, my daily rate never went up when I was working freelance, which in the end was why I wanted to start growing income streams outside of my freelance work, because it was soul destroying having had all the years of experience I had and not being able to charge a higher daily rate. It really was. It was so difficult. And now we're mixing that with cost of living increase, and the arts and heritage sector just isn't a sustainable career for people. And I feel that so strongly, but I also feel what a wonderful opportunity we've got on Substack, a wonderful opportunity to grow, to be in intimate community with people, to try things, to lean into our own nervous systems and to know, okay, I tried that, it didn't work, or I tried that and that was really good, or I tried that and this person came in and this is the reason that they wanted to be behind the paywall with me. So we don't want to chase numbers ever. We want to understand on a deeper level who are the people that are turning around and seeing our work and how long do they want to stay. This has been the fascinating thing for me with Substack, right? Because before, when we were on social media and we weren't reading people's Substacks, maybe you read blogs back in the day, but you never would have heard from people so much. Like, you never would have known all of the insight into their lives. If they were traveling on a trip and they were writing about that, like, people write weekly, sometimes twice weekly. It's beautiful, isn't it? But we're still in this mode of testing. Well, how long does someone stay? Like, how long does someone want to stay and read the same stuff from the same person? If someone's had 2 books out in the world, 3 books out in the world, you would have read their books, got all that insight, and then you would have followed them on social media and maybe seen the odd update. Like, we wouldn't have been in people's lives weekly or daily. And that is a big cultural shift. So it's a really interesting one when we're holding what it means for us to hold paid subscribers, whether that is for a paid newsletter or for a membership, more of a membership community model on Substack, because there will be the natural churn. So you have to be okay with that. You have to be with your monthly price point. So I've had some bestsellers that I've mentored, and they will get really frustrated when people stay a month and then disappear. It is frustrating for them. And so I can bring that insight to you guys if you're not there yet. And if you're wondering how that all feels and what to do and how to discount and what to do with it all. One of the things that I love to do on Creatively Conscious is offer a discount once a year for an annual. Like, it just feels so clean and easy. It's like, this is what you get, the entire archive, and then you're a paid subscriber for the whole of 2026. And what a wonderful thing. So that's how I manage it. And that's one of the reasons I'm able to maintain 2 best-selling Substacks, but also because I put down the piece of being valued. Like, if people want to jump in throughout the year, that's fine. But it's like, I'm already there. I'm already writing to the people that have chosen to be with me. And I already know what my value is. I don't have to think, oh, I need to get more paid subscribers, or I wonder if I can get paid subscribers. Like, it's all taken care of. Whereas with Sparkle, it's slightly different because the membership energy really is, it really vibes on new people coming in and new people being excited about the platform. So there is a slightly different pressure there. So it is exciting for me to try new things out. And like I said in the coupon video today, it's going out. It'll have gone out now, I think. It's this thing, I'm in a million places at once today. My goodness. Yes, it's gone out. It's out. So day 3 is out. Substack coupons, deadline marketing, and how not to tie yourself in knots is out. So you've got all 3 days of the challenge now. So yeah, one of the things with coupons is this kind of experimental nature that I mentioned. And you guys getting really curious about what that feels like, and leaning into the things that you want to offer your paid subscribers. Okay, so that's the VIP method. Value, immediate offer, and price. All of those things need to be both embodied and outside of ourselves. Your value is not reflective of what somebody else sees the value in. You are innately valuable. So that's the beautiful thing that I want you to take from this live and know about yourself. And then you can offer some value to people behind the paywall. You can offer some immediate action, something immediate that they want to take action on, and you can think about your price. When it comes to price points, coupons, flash sales, deadline marketing, do you guys have any questions before I pop off? Okay, Nicole says, trying to figure out how to discount to set a price for the first year only, but can only find percentage discounts or free trials. Does that method still exist? Yeah, it does. It's a little tick box, Nicole. So I'm pretty sure it was there today. I'm just going to have a very quick check for you, because I don't want to tell you the wrong thing, but I'm pretty sure that it is totally possible to do that. I think it says something like limit to annual plans. I'll have a little check. So you want to be in settings and then coupons and then special offers. Yeah, so the duration, when you're creating your special offer, there's a duration button that I'll just turn you around. Oh, there you go. Duration. So you want to do for 12 months. And then obviously they will get a reminder when that 12 months is coming up. They can choose to do whatever they'd like to do with it. So we talk about strategy more in today's tutorial, because strategically I have some insights around what is good to do and why, whether it's good to do forever, whether it's good to do 12 months, depending on what the offer is. And then also you want to articulate that much bigger than the coupon, right? This coupon sits in something that stacks the value, really describes who you are, really describes the social proof, adds social proof from other people, and really holds people in knowing that they're making the right decision in investing in your Substack. So Shifra's saying, where do I sign up for the free challenge? Is it the link in bio? So it's called Challenges. Let me just pop the link in the live. I can do that, you see, because I've got the website open as well. So my profile on Substack has Sparkle on it, Sparkle on Substack, and then it has, where's my live gone? Is it going to tell? Yeah. Right. I'll just make sure I'm not on, can't hear myself twice. This is always really weird when I do this. So I can see myself now, and I'm going to put the link in. There we go. So I have Sparkle on Substack, which is my Substack education space, but I keep challenges separate because not all of my members are interested in every challenge. And sometimes people want to dip in for a challenge and then dip out again. So this is a Substack you can stay subscribed to, or you can dip in and out of. And then you can pay for this Substack separately if you want to, but all members get access to my challenges as well. So that's that one. Any other questions about price points, using coupons? Kathy says, any tips on encouraging and rewarding gift subscriptions in the run up to Christmas? I'd like to send physical gift vouchers since my audience like offline life, but not sure if Substack can support it. Yeah. So we do have on Substack a gift subscription. Let me just explain what that is. So a gift subscription is like, I bought my mum one year a subscription for someone else's Substack. So you go on, you buy the gift subscription, you put the person's email address in, and then you set a date that you want their subscription to start. So that is possible. And we as creators have a button that says gift subscription. So you can just put that button in and people would click through to do that. I think what you're asking about is more gift vouchers for something else off platform. So I would use a custom button for that. I would explain what it is and why, and then I would use a custom button. So that's one of the tools we have where we can put the link that we want to put in and then just put a little bit of a text on top of the link. So that might work for you with a custom button. And obviously we can put any links in as well. So Shifra's saying, when you say it'll be saved on Sparkle, no, my lives are all open access. So I don't put lives behind the paywall. The lives are an active service to the community that want to subscribe or follow me here on Substack. So nothing is paywalled with lives. The challenge has paywalled elements to it because I need that intimacy with the people that need to ask me questions, because I would literally be on my phone all the time. I've done it in the past and I just can't. I just can't do it. You know, you've just got to be so savvy when you've got bigger audiences. Okay, so that's all good. Okay, any other questions about price points, coupons, Black Friday sales, holiday sales? I'll talk to price increases a little bit before we finish and see if you guys have got any questions. So when it comes to price increases, one of the things that I think is really good to do is tell your audience that that's coming. So I've already done at least 2 mentions, not many, only 2 mentions that my prices will be going up. So usually they go up the first week in January. So that's what I do and what I have done for the last 3 years on Sparkle. I won't be putting my prices up on Creatively Conscious. It's a completely different model. I have completely different intentions for that space. With the membership, the reason that I put the prices up and that I've continued to put the prices up is because if you were to look at any sort of membership with the amount that I offer off platform, it's still way lower than what people charge for memberships. And I know that, and I've always known that. And I wanted to make it affordable. But now that it's at like 400 members, that's a really beautiful number. I have no ambitions to grow it to over 1,000 paid subscribers. I have a completely different business model. And so for me, it feels like a beautiful thing to do to say, yeah, I value what's here. I value all my members' time. I want to put the price up. But if you want to get the price at the 2025 price, then get in now and you'll keep that price forever. So I know that people who subscribe to Sparkle on Substack, not all of them will stay forever, whatever forever is. I know that some of my people that subscribe to me, like when I first started, are still there. I know that some sent me beautiful emails to say that they were ready to move on and they'd achieved all of their Substack goals. And I absolutely love that for them. Like, there's no pressure to stay in a space if you feel like you've got everything that you needed to get from it. Or the other side of it is some people have said to me, it just was really hard to read about joyful growth when I wasn't growing. And I get it. Like, my Substack has definitely stalled in the second half of the year and it doesn't feel great. So I totally respect that as well. So you're speaking to the people who probably are on the fence about upgrading, and the incentive is the price is going to go up on January, say it's like January the 11th or whatever I do. But if you get in now, then you'll keep the same price for as long as you want to stay. So it's just human language, you're just saying, this is what I'm doing and why. This is what I want to do. I don't think it's great when people put their prices up, but then offer like a flash discount straight away. Like, I just think it trains your audience not to trust you. Like, I'm all about trust and integrity. So if you want to do flash sales, you're almost better saying to your audience, I do 2 sales a year, I do 2 flash sales a year, or whatever language you want to use, and having them know that, than you are doing something and then people feeling upset because they've paid full price and then like the very next day you've done like a flash sale. So, and it also like feels like it comes from that place of not knowing your Substack business very well. And we do have businesses, we're paying taxes, like we're earning money, like it is a business, so you do get to be business savvy, you get to be experimental, you get to be frustrated, like you get to be all the things. But I think discernment is your friend when it comes to the lead up of Black Friday, Cyber Monday, holiday sales, and price increases in the new year. I think there's so much that you can lean into, journal into, work out, use my Substack calculator. It's free for everybody to use. I created it as an active service for you guys because it's so important we know the numbers. Like, I don't want you to burn out. I don't want you to overpromise and think that you have to add a million different things in or write 3 times a week. Like, you don't need to do that. That's not the value. The value is whatever the people see within your work, worlds, and words. Okay. Do you have any other questions about this sort of world of coupons and stuff, or should I pop off? Obviously, I'll put the link in again. You're very welcome to go and watch the day 1 video of the VIP method. The chat is open to everybody as well. So if you did want to pop up in the subscriber chat, introduce yourself, meet some other members of the community over on the Challenger Substack, that's there too. But if not, just know it takes a while to align with this work. But Substack is such a beautiful playground for it. If we were doing this on our own, outside of the Substack platform, on our website, and then having to promote it through social media, feels way harder. I know that because I've done it. So it does feel easier to be able to have conversations, to be able to invite people in, to be able to give people gifts for free, to be able to put coupons in front of people and see what happens with them. It does feel easier here. And I want you to feel into that ease. There is some discomfort. There are some old money stories. My teacher on all things money is Denise Duffield Thomas. She's amazing. She's an Australian lady. She's got a free quiz you can do called Sacred Money Archetypes. You can just Google it. She's awesome. She's got a great podcast. But money is a difficult thing to hold. Charging for our words, charging for our creativity is a difficult thing to hold. This isn't easy work to do. But I know that if you start to do some of this year and now, and you start to feel into some of it now, you're going to be in such a different place when it comes to this time next year. So it's definitely worth starting. And I'm here for you every step of the way. So please do come and chat to me over in the subscriber chat. I would love to chat to you more about this specific piece of work. If you're brand new to Substack, I have a course for beginners that's included in the membership, but I also have loads of resources over on Sparkle on Substack for beginners, people that are just finding their way with things. The main thing is just write, and then tell people who you are, and then everything will circle back and make more sense when you do those two things. Sacred Money Archetypes, it's called, Christine. Denise Duffield-Thomas is the money mentor that I work with. She's amazing. She's got a podcast called, I'm singing the theme tune now. Look. Can't remember what it's called now. Denise Duffield-Thomas is her name. Hyphenated. I'm not sure what our podcast is called, but I listen to it all the time now. Chill and Prosper. Come to me there. I had to go through the full jingle in my head while also speaking to you on a live. Chill and Prosper. A book, Chillpreneur, is a book that I read every single year, and it reminds us how much damage our hustle culture has done to us, especially as creatives. Like, we've normalized the fact that we should be hustling to earn money, and it's just not true. And she talks to that a lot. She's also into the woo and the manifesting, which I like. You know, it's always nice to be held in that way and to feel that you can hold yourself in that way. I'm a big fan of doing the work and feeling into the work and embodying the work as well. So obviously all of that stuff is down to you if you do want to do some of that as we are leaning into this time of year. But it's an opportunity. It's such a beautiful opportunity. So I'll let you all go. I'll save the replay over in lives. It usually takes about half an hour before it's up. But head over to Challenges. I've shared the link. The community will be warm and gorgeous and lovely if you've got ideas about how you would like to use coupons and run sales and all of that sort of stuff this year. So I'll see you over there. Take care, everyone. Bye.